all the places in the world, then there is Thailand. A kingdom founded on a 2,000-year tradition of Buddhist belief. Forging into the future. I've come to find the king of Thailand's waters, the Mekong catfish, an ancient creature surviving amid the crush of people and the whirl of exotic culture. Bangkok, a vibrant capital of 8 million, living between the Buddha and the traffic jam. Supporting fishermen for centuries, these are the waters of giants. 4 of the 10 largest freshwater fish live here, and it will take Eastern knowledge and Western skill to land one of the biggest. I'm trying to enjoy the last few minutes of serenity I have on the ground before I'm locked in that big aluminum tube for the next 16 hours. That thing looks like a giant blue Mekong catfish. So I've got purified whale blowhole water, and then I have an unidentified product, same color as the plane is. They're slippers, dude. That's what they are. So I don't get my grimy, like, lousy Bostonian feet infected on their rug. Look at how excellent these are. 24 hours of travel across 2 continents and the Pacific Ocean lie ahead. It's a race to the west, staying ahead of the night. 3 martinis deep, I'm consumed by excitement. Welcome to Seoul, Korea, and to being scanned for disease. Next stop, Bangkok. After 14 stiffening hours in the air, there's nothing more daunting than another 6. What looks like a sky spangled with stars is actually squid boats on the sea, kind of making me feel like I'm back home. From the airport, fishing rod in tow, will be the last moment of calm on this one night in Bangkok. So I just got to Bangkok, got flown in, hopped the van to my hotel, decided to go out and have a drink. I'm in what they call tuk-tuk, riding through the streets of Bangkok, here to catch some monster fish. I have no idea what I'm about to get myself into. 3 million cars, 1 million trucks, and 3 million mopeds, like this 3-wheeled casket I'm in. Obviously, traffic lanes are for out-of-towners. My mind is kind of blowing. I've been in Manhattan, I've been in Boston, I've been in San Francisco. This is a whole nother type of busy. Want to talk about flat screen? Take a look behind me. Ladies and gentlemen, Soy Cowboy. Have a good night. Oh boy, look what I found. Bourbon Street and Sodom and Gomorrah rolled into one. So let's discreetly draw the curtain. The following may or may not be true. At least the part about the guide is. Nice and rested, finally got some sleep. I'm just waiting to meet up with my world-class guide, Jean-Francois, who holds something like 258 IGFA world records between the Mekong giant catfish, Cerubim, red-tailed catfish, Arapaima. Oh, this has got to be him.
Fred, my good man.
John.
Welcome to Thailand, Sawadee.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I hear you're the guy that can put me on some monster fish here in Thailand.
I think I am. I think you are in the right hand, sir.
All right, yeah, looks so.
So, here is your carrosse.
All right, and you're going to show me
Let's rock and roll the town.
All right. Jean-Francois has a previous commitment, so I wander the streets on my own. We just showed up at the part1 market. It's where all the locals come to sell all their fish they catch, poultry that they harvest, vegetables and whatnot. We're going to head down to the end and find the fishmonger and see if you can give us a little more information about these giant Mekong catfish and where I might have a better chance of finding them. So we just showed up at the part1 market. It's where all the locals come to sell all their fish they catch, poultry that they harvest, vegetables and whatnot. We're going to head down to the end and find the fishmonger and see if you can give us a little more information about these giant Mekong catfish and where I might have a better chance of finding them. Anywhere in the world, the fish market is usually where to find out what species occupy these foreign waters. As adorable as these little fish are, I think I'm going to pass. Keep moving on. So you got some high-class pig heads. I'm literally breathing through my mouth to keep the contents of my stomach in my stomach. We're kind of in the fishmonger section of the market here. I see other freshwater fish that live in the same areas as the Mekong catfish. You know the people that catch these barramundi? They see Mekong catfish when they're catching these also? Something seems to be lost in translation. There's not much to learn here, so it's back to the city to get ready for the day of fishing tomorrow. I'm leaving Bangkok. We're heading about 3 hours outside of the city to a lake that holds tons of native and non-native predators. Today's full of promise. It's a Saturday morning, so I don't anticipate traffic's going to be too much of a problem. First stop of the day is for a lesson in local Thai cuisine.
She makes what's called suki, which is very nice. It's kind of prawn, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to let you do the ordering since I'm not familiar with what she's got.
Okay.
I trust your taste. I can tell you've been eating well over the years.
You're very right.
This lady behind the counter takes all of 3 minutes to put together 2 fine meals. And what is fish? Tok?
Pla.
Pla is fish? I gotta tell you, whenever I travel, I find that the street food is always the best food, better than what they serve in the restaurants.
Very, very often.
Literally, I would eat outdoors every meal if I had the choice.
Especially up country.
Oh, can't wait. It looks delicious.
Thank you, buddy.
So I can't recognize this part of the pork. I'm going to be adventurous and try this unidentified piece as my first bite.
No.
This is just pure heaven right here. You know, and you can tell it's good food when the locals are eating there, you know. And we both ate for $4.
Yeah, nice.
Double portions. Thailand, like other countries in the region, is fighting to preserve its native fish, so sport fishing is all about private waters. So what we have here is essentially the Thai equivalent of a stocked trout pond back home, where these fish aren't necessarily native to this water, but the government stocks this area, particularly for fishermen to come here and catch them. So this would appear easy to most people. As you can see behind me, there's literally hundreds of fish coming up to the surface gulping air. But it's really not that easy to hook these fish. The Thai people have developed a very simple technique that's simple to them but difficult for me to grasp. Actually very, very important in how you mix the bait and the consistency that it's in. Even the whole rig that they set up is far different than what we do back home. So I'm going to let Kik do the first few casts for me to try to get the hang of it. Then I'm going to see if I can do this on my own and score a giant Mekong. Made of rice husk flour, the compacted bait ball must be launched like a cannonball so it doesn't disintegrate on contact. So it actually completely defies logic when you're fishing for fish that can reach 250 pounds or more to lay your rod down on the ground and wait for your bite. But what we're using are reels with a bait runner feature on them, which as soon as a fish strikes, actually allows it to take line out so that you don't get your rod slung off the dock. Now that is a giant